well then that's clearly an issue.
Okay, if you weren't there in the capacity of your duties as a police officer, they can ask you to leave, and that's not criminal or against anyone's rights.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if like say you walk into somewhere and you're trying to get a haircut and they're saying, well, we don't serve PD
Yo,
here.
Chico, thank you so much, brother. Hey man, thank you for the prime, bro. We get some hype in the chat.
It wouldn't be criminal. And if
so let's bring it back a second.
Okay.
I'm actually extremely less interested in any kind of thing regarding the burrito, but more interested in the operations that are being conducted at that shop and whatnot, which I don't think we're ready to discuss with you at this time. With all due respect, Mr. Spencer.
Spliner, but that's okay.
Spliner, yeah.
Also, that document that you asked for me about a month ago, I sent it to your email.
Oh my god, yeah, I did see that actually. Thank you so much for doing it. I haven't had a chance to look over it just yet.
Yeah, I just wanted to refresh your memory. Now, I feel like an idiot for asking this, but where the hell is Parsons? I have no idea where Parsons is.
How do you not know the fuck Parsons?
I can show you. Get in a car.
Okay.
Bruh.
Man, what happened today? What the what transpired that resulted in yet another agitation?
Okay.
Exactly, because
what do you mean? He went down there and he talked shit and what?
It's right around there on Marlowe.
No, his
You'll see the
gotcha.
Ma'am,
fantastic.
You missed the first part of that conversation.
Okay, what
I went down there and effectively it was the same mantra of OMG the cops.
Huh.
Okay.
Is there anything that may have happened recently? I know you just got on duty, so you may not be aware of it either. I'm not suggesting in any way that the police department acted out of line, but I'm more curious what the grievance may be related to. I imagine someone mentioned they went to jail earlier.
Yeah, we arrested him for a jewelry store. They all went down in a firefight, so, you know, banned from the south side.
Oh, are you... Guys,
Really?
I have an in. Hold on.
Probably not, actually, but that's the only thing I could think
What?
of.
What's going on, Jack?
I was in the same ambulance as Buddha, okay? And he was like, oh, the worst cops were in this ambulance. It was me and, fuck, who was it? And I forget who. But then he heard me and he was like, wait, no, I actually sort of like you now. You didn't lie on the stand. So I think I have an in with the Lean Boys. We were also talking about how the initials for Lang's name is the same for Lean Boys. You guys ever consider that? Is that a coincidence? Lang Buddha, Lean Boys?
What's the connection here?
The letters.
No, but like, how is that you're in?
Oh, no, he said he likes me now, sort of. It's better than I want to shoot you on sight.
Well, he also likes Conan Clarkson, but can't call him, huh? Can we, Rhodes?
No, actually, yesterday, the day before, Conan Clarkson went up to Dex and pretty much had him say something to the extent of, you are the reason why other people get shot on the south side, because it may not affect you directly, but it's going to affect the other cops when you do stupid shit like this. Yeah.
Wait, did Clarkson do something down there today?
He was, no, not today.
Today, you know.
It was yesterday, the day before.
Also, Rose, I was the other one in the ambulance, but you probably didn't remember because I'm not a shit cop. Like, your opinion of me is so high that you're like, man, Buddha hating a shit cop, that can't be Molten.
What?
Probably something along those lines is probably your train of thought.
That's hurtful. That's hurtful. It's very hurtful.
What do you mean? It's hurtful to say that I'm a good cop? What? How does that make... What?
You can't lie to people like that, Mountain.
Yeah, you can't lie.
That's illegal.
Rolling back to my initial point, if he's taken control of this operation and the things that we know in regards to the operation, I'm ready to go fucking full dick into that.
It's broken up into shifts, by the way, so he might actually run this shift, but not in the next one.
Yeah, no, I absolutely...
We're about to raid the south side, chat.
Leverage that particular fact. If he's making claims in regards to ownership of the taco shop, that can be very much heavily leveraged against the other operators, potentially if done correctly.
He's more of like a manager. The owner is supposedly always Pablo, but LSPD just runs this shift.
All right, so we're gonna raid them or what? What are we doing? What's
It's called Pablo's Taco Stand.
what's the direction we're going here with this?
Pablo's Tacos.
Yeah.
Can I drink to it?
Is Max still around?
No, I think he just went off duty.
Oh fuck! Oh, he would have been perfect for this conversation.
I'm gonna knock your jeans out.
But alas, he's gone. Whatever shall we do, peasants?
Let me pull him out. Pull him out.
Just call them as peasants.
I was getting into character, you know? I was role-playing as like a medieval lady, you know? But alas, my fellow compatriots, the dragon hath been slain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, can we go inside real quick? There's something I want to say, but I really
Sure.
am I
Yeah,
required?
let's
Yeah,
go
sure,
That's why I'm like holding my tongue right now.
Were you ever allowed to
Dark,
go to
you can join
medieval
us.
fairs as a kid, Angel?
Remember what?
Am I needed for this?
Medieval fair?
If you're interested
No,
in
I never went to medieval fairs.
narcotics.
Was that because
Okay.
it wasn't
Oh.
allowed, or because they just
I don't
weren't
partake.
around?
No, medieval
Oh,
fairs
Angel,
are
I
for
read that
idiots.
poem.
Did you like it?
I've been in mission room more times than out today.
Well, whose fault is that?
Oh, mine.
Yeah, there you go.
You start calling me Bobby.
Yep. Mission Row Andy.
What's going on?
All right, so
We're
where
all
I'm
in a
going with this,
meeting with
Malta,
in here. What?
here's where I'm going with it. If he's very adamantly claiming ownership of this taco shop, we in reference with all the other investigation that we've done, revealing the narcotics being dealt out of the taco shop, I think this is a fantastic foundation in which to actually put together a wrap a concise investigation around. Agree or disagree?
Here's what your goal should be. I mean, yes, we actually already do have an investigation around it, one, but you need to catch the people doing the
Congratulations, Andy.
taco
When are you
runs that
close to
deliver
do that?
large amounts of weed.
This
close to
is
30.
beyond a you thing. This is a we thing, I think,
No,
ultimately.
I get that. That's why I said, okay, let me rephrase. Then we need to catch the people who are doing the taco runs that deliver large amounts of
Dispatched
weed.
any available PD units. Getting multiple reports of a
Wait,
1010 across the street from the Legion Square Bank.
I'm so
Let me
confused.
put it this
Listen,
way.
I work at that taco stand.
Black
I'm a little
on black,
confused.
Yeah,
Wait, what the
we
fuck?
talk about weed. What the
Scene
fuck?
on scene.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Do you think Doug Canada, the owner of a dispensary, legal business, should like be doing taco like deliveries? Doesn't
Wait,
that
hold on.
strike you as-
I work part time at that taco stand that you were talking about. I'm a little confused. What? I dropped off some food the other day for the people on Grove Street. It did have a little smell of marijuana when I was dropping off, but I just figured it's because we're in Grove Street.
What? Wait, hold on a second. What?
Yeah, you know, like when I'm off duty, I was off duty the other day. Same day I got robbed and lost my PD weapons, but that's another story. I was delivering food. That's when I saw you, Brian. That same day. I was making deliveries because I was off.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. You've gotten deliveries that reek of marijuana?
That
Well, no.
explains the Julio
It wasn't
thing.
reeking marijuana. You know, I was the people I was dropping off food to had an odor of marijuana. But marijuana's not illegal, so I'm a little confused here.
Okay. Malton, do you think it's worth? Should we tell everybody?
What do you mean? Tell everybody what?
I mean, fuck it.
No, listen, I'm already come out the closet, so you don't have to tell. Like, it's okay, guys. I just do taco runs on the side. It's fine. It's like a part-time thing. No big deal.
So some of us have been looking into. We've had a number of incidents over the last course of a couple weeks.
Oh, this is awkward. I didn't know. Sorry. Go ahead.
There's been a number of I know Molten's been doing some work on it. I've been doing some work on it. Mac's been doing some work on it. Sosa's been doing some work on it, along with another, perhaps some other officers as well. But the summarization of all this information, including information from CIs, is that the taco shop is being used to not only launder money, but also deliver large quantities of marijuana in the amount of ounces.
Did I just accidentally become an undercover agent by delivering food?
Yes, possibly.
Listen, guys, I really like my part-time job. It pays pretty good.
Now, while the taco shop does dispense like regular, deliveries and whatnot, there is a full-on front to that business, but some individuals have been using that spot to do illicit crimes. We've arrested some individuals. I know myself, I've arrested like 2 or 3 who've had large quantities of marijuana. We're talking about a couple dozen ounces, as well as rolled up bills. These rolled up bills are supposedly also something that can be washed through the taco shop. We have rough numbers as to how much these deliveries give you, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that said, based on my knowledge of the ongoing investigations, it'd be something I don't need to talk to Mac and Malton and other officers about. There isn't enough concrete evidence that we'd be able to take this entire investigation and push it towards court. That said, now that we have some players more firmly claiming their operation in certain time zones, we can actually build some kind of RICO case if we so desired.
I mean,
Holy jeez, chat.
I could tell you what would push it, since everyone should actually be looking out for these things. I guess it's a little strange to say, but sometimes people may be holding a box that indicates it holds a large amount of marijuana, and if that box is not destroyed, it's basically drug trafficking, because that's that's basically like the people who are delivering the large amounts of weed are doing so out of a huge ass box that contains I think it's 250 ounces is what the CI told us.
Jesus.
Oh, you guys already have a CI in place?
We have a couple.
Holy. This is getting spicy.
Oh my god, this entire thing is spicy. Just the other day, me and Bass like jumped out of we were responding to CDS calls, and we jumped off a roof and found some bitch trying to sell right in front of us. We arrest her, and she had like God knows how many ounces on her.
Seriously?
I mean,
yeah, and then a bunch of rolls.
Who was it?
I don't know, some nobody.
You make her into a CI?
See, the beauty of this entire thing is there's roughly 3 different shifts. There's one shift operation is done by Pablo. One shift operation is done by Wayne Biggums. This shift was, as far as we were aware, done by Fiona. Now, I don't know if Fiona's been replaced by Buddha, or Buddha is now in charge of Fiona. And that's one bit of information that is worth keeping your ear to the ground to. In either case, some of these shifts are a little looser than others in terms of how tightly they run their operation. So a lot of the investigation in terms of the details of how the operation runs could be done in one shift, while our targeting can be done in another.
I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but Donovan King, who's, from my understanding, part of GSF, actually have a drug trafficking trial in an hour and a half. He was found with 300 ounces of weed in his trunk, trying to save 2 other individuals right around Grove Street after they murdered someone.
Is it individual weeds, or is it that box?
No, it was individual this time. However, I have run into that box multiple times.
So, I mean, I think like that box is pretty much textbook drug trafficking, because you're taking it from the taco shop to wherever, and it's in a packaged form. So if you
I mean,
find
you
that,
could make that argument for any large amount, though, right? Like, obviously,
I
300
suppose.
individually wrapped 1-ounce bags of marijuana came from somewhere else to the trunk of the vehicle. And that's why we're pushing drug trafficking, because right now, based on the penal code, it states something to the extent of, you know, possession of a high amount of drugs and PC for
What about
drug
beauty?
trafficking. But to me, PC would be sort of how it's packaged at times. So, for example, you know, is it normal for someone for personal use to have 300 ounces of marijuana? Is it normal for it to then be packaged in 300 separate baggies? Is it normal for it to be in the trunk of your vehicle while you're shooting at police? And the DA's office, regardless of whether or not we get judges that may not agree, wants us to keep pushing the drug trafficking charges because we need something consistent, but that's never going to happen unless we bring these cases to the courts.
I agree and disagree. The Splainer, I asked him.
Hotel 1 to PD.
I asked. I had a conversation with Splainer in regards to getting
Did
some
one of you just drive
standardizations
by
in
us
regards
on
to
Dorset?
what the DA is
10-4.
comfortable in regards to pushing, thus eliminating the judge problem. Because instead of us going to the judge and saying the X, Y, and Z is what we would, instead of us going to the judge and saying, can I do this? We instead look at what the DA is willing to push.
Yeah.
So we have a standardized number and whatnot.
Yep, I agree with that. In fact, anytime I run into any issue, not any issue, but any held until trial charge, I make it a habit to reach out to the DA's office every single time before pushing those charges, because I want to clear it through them, because ultimately they're the ones who are going to be pushing these cases. Obviously, we're going to be witnesses to them, but at the end of the day, they're pushing the cases. And if they tell me, no, I don't believe it's going to be enough, or no, I don't perceive it the same way that you do, then I'm not going to push those charges. There are always lesser charges that we can push in almost any held until trial situation, right? We can
Totally
reduce
agree.
murder down to manslaughter. We can reduce drug trafficking to felony possession charges. But ultimately, it comes down to the DA's office, and I would highly recommend that. I mean, we even had it earlier today with a terrorism charge. Reach out to the DA's office if you are not 100% confident. Again, we can read the penal code a million times, but if we're reading the same thing, we can very much so understand it in very different ways.
I like that a lot. You actually, you know what, Rhodes, you should take a look at this document as well. It's pretty good. I don't know who else has seen it yet. I think it's something
was it
that
the Splainer one?
Yeah.
He was gonna send that to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's. I think. I think we're really gonna like it.
Yeah.
I hope at least. Okay. Well,
as far as the taco shop, I've kind of told you, you know, as I said, I think it's
Chat,
starting
we're
get
about to
pretty
raid
boring
these
for
dudes.
myself personally, so I don't even want to know where you're at with that taco shop investigation.
Yeah, tacos are stupid.
Yeah, tacos are
I don't-
stupid.
I
By
don't
the way,
like
Foam still wasn't even following.
wait a minute. Right. So Molten, you're not I see.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking stupid. I'll just come out and say
Yeah.
it.
Same, yeah, like
Fair
honestly,
enough.
tacos, bro, they kind of suck, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly,
What the fuck,
dude.
tacos?
Like, seriously, dude. Like honestly.
Yeah, bro, those tacos are not litty titty, bro. I'm
Yo,
out.
hopeless. Thank you
They're
for the
not.
Prime, baby.
Chill, fam.
All right. So
I have no
guess
idea what
you
just
guys-
happened.
You Dark.
Yeah, you gotta
Welcome.
Hi. 419 responded to
So
latest
here's
31 Bravo.
my plan of action right here. I'm gonna sync up with Mac. I want to put ideally the way that I'd like to approach this is how I approach the
Mac.
Jordan skill case, which is I want to put together a series of what is it that we need to uncover and get information on in order to make
tonight.
any.
I'm gonna have that vehicle
form
involved in the latest
of-
31 Bravo pulled over.
What do we
South
need in order
Rockford
to
Drive.
turn a case
36.
into a trial or into a charge?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And outline that skeleton so that we can
47,
actually formally do it if
76,
X, Y, and Z
that
takes
911
place. And that goes from everywhere, everything from documenting
What's the rubber?
how we know this thing and how we know that thing, make sure it's all vetted. So in the event, you know, certain thing is found on a certain somebody or a number of individuals, we know we can turn that into a case or into a charge. Does that make
Yeah, I
sense?
like
Or is
that.
that
Yeah,
very
yeah.
vague?
Are you gonna talk to the DA so you can? Are you gonna do that?
All right, good luck,
'Cause
guys.
but-
I'm gonna go out there. I've been in this office for most of my day today.
Okay, so you
Oh,
haven't-
really? I'm sorry to hear, Rhodes.
No, you're good. You're good. Am I
so
needed
wait,
for
wait,
anything
what-
before I go?
Yeah, what the fuck
37
happened
minutes
today?
till one of the
What set
freeways
these guys
clear,
off?
Brixton back at service.
I'd like to
wait,
know
you're
what
talking
I'm
about the
like
Lean
dealing
Boys?
with right now.
Wait, are you referring to the Lean
Quarantine, are
Boys?
you on just a standard stop?
Yeah.
I can fill him in. You can go. I got it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Because
so
I actually wasn't there for the jewelry store robbery, and I ended up getting shot down, but that was pretty much it.
yeah, so we responded
Alright.
to
On
a jewelry store robbery. It was 2 individuals. They were Kanye and Speedy, with 1 hostage inside. We ended up driving away. We chased. Ended up at the scrapyard. Once we got to the scrapyard, they crashed their car, ran inside. We thought it was a normal 1050. Turns out there was other members of the group inside waiting for us. A few members of the police force went down and got shotgunned. Rhodes was one of them. Malton was one of them. And then I gunned them down single-handedly. Took down 2 with my shotgun. And then we processed them, and they went to jail. All 4 caught.
Hey, can you run the play of that
Good
purple
work.
car?
So what's
wait,
what
one?
are you on about, Brian? Is something going on?
Oh, A-firm.
Well, I went down to the taco shop just like I normally do to buy some food, and I got the whole yada yada cops outside. I mean, I wasn't
belong to a
bothering to
Well, let's go over there again. See what happens.
dig any deeper because
Come on. I'm ready. Let's go.
Brixton, can I get additional down here? And
Oh,
I'll
it
you see?
sounded like the same old, same old.
320.
Yeah, I think I just have to respect them and just tread carefully.
I'm not respecting shit, sir, with all due respect. Respect is something you can't just demand respect for, you know, careless logic.
No, I agree, but when they're setting up jewelry store escapes by shooting a bunch of cops, I don't want to. I don't get shot.
You want me to search that vehicle?
So,
too,
unless it's
that,
like a
the
serious
guy was-
situation, if it's just us going down and hanging around the tackle shop,
Hold on.
they're telling me to leave. I'm probably gonna
Look,
leave.
what I'm getting at, Dark, is like I totally get like when you know a body was dug up or something like that, but what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So what's the plan here? What are we doing?
I'm down to go down. Fuck it.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. You're used to
good
going
luck.
down,
I'm gonna
huh?
follow the Soze philosophy. We need to protect and serve my man.